Excuse me, I just want my cup of coffee. And hey, look, today I went live on a radio station, talked about Bill Pickett. And Bill Pickett was the man that invented bulldogging. At least that's what he's given. Actually, the Bulldogs invented it. But I read a great book on it, and I want to talk to you about it. Here's a picture of it. And on my shorts, I have a picture of he's on a stamp that was published in 1999. And he could actually uh, leap from a horse at full speed and get on this bull, reach over, bite him on the lip, and bring it down to the ground. Here, I hope this comes in for you. Here, see what we got here. Eventually, I'm going to make this a more professional station, but right now, I'm just having a lot of fun sharing these things I've learned over life on reading and with you, and hopefully, this will encourage the children to read books more. But he was the son of a slave born in Texas, African American. He did have Cherokee in him. And when he was young, he noticed that down in Texas, to get the cattle out of the brush, they send bulldogs in. And if a bulldog would um, bite a cow, steer on a lip, they could bring it down to the ground. And he felt that that could be perfected. And he did perfect it. And went on. He went to work for the Miller 101 Ranch. Eventually became on their rodeos. Uh, he was challenged in Mexico. He took on a Mexican steer that was much different what we have here in America. It was a long, hard fight, but he won, and it upset a lot of the our Mexican friends below the border. But he won. That's pretty important to me. He had many children. And he loved animals, and he got along great with the Cowboys. And in real life, about 10% of the Cowboys were African Americans. But eventually, he he performed at Wyoming in a major newspaper company, and I forget the name now. Actually, dispatched a news reporter up there to cover him. Excuse me. Now, you got to remember those days you didn't hop on an airplane and be across the country in 2 or 3 hours. So it was expensive to do that, but he was deemed important enough, newsworthy to be covered. He's also been honored in the Cowboy Hall of Fame, Rodeo Hall of Fame, I believe. And in Black History Month, he is also honored and respected. Repeat, respected. Received other awards and uh, quite a great guy. He'd be around with the Cowboys and they'd be drinking. And, in those days, unfortunately, we didn't recognize the full equality of all of our citizens. And that's one of the blemishes on our past, but we've done a great job on correcting it. I don't want to get into politics. But, in those days you had um, restrooms divided up, whites, colors, water fountains, whites, colors, etc., etc., etc. But the Cowboys really liked him, and what he would do is so nobody would be embarrassed when they'd be drinking a little bit, he kept a Prince Albert uh, tobacco can, empty can in his pocket, and they'd pour his whiskey in there, and they'd sit around and they'd jaw and talk about the West and how it used to be and things of that nature, things that rodeo stars do. And he made it quite a long time. He died right around 1930. 60 years old. He got kicked in the head by a horse. The doctor said when he came in, said, "I've seen this old cuss before," and he says he's strong and he'll pull through, but he didn't. And by the way, I wanted to get the book. The guy that wrote this book is by Colonel Bailey, Baileyc, Haynes, Hanes. Uh, and you can get it on Amazon. Good book. And part of my critiquing I'm a positive person. I won't be talking about things I don't like. So anything I have on here, generally speaking, uh, will be books that I've enjoyed, and I think they have a good value to them. I do have a little bit more on a lot more on Bill Pickett. You can go on there. I have my blog site, cowboyron.com, cowboyron.com. It shows a picture of the stamp published 19. And there's the second stamp published. The first one, they had the wrong picture on there, and the family brought that to our attention. And you'll see him either under my favorite heroes or Cowboys and Sidekicks. I think this is going to finish it up today. The coffee hasn't got me awake yet. And I appreciate you being with me, and come back to my studio. You have any thoughts or things you'd like me to do a little research on, I'll be glad to dig through the internet trail and see what we can find. Good night or good day, and have a nice time.